Hi, hello viewers. Welcome back to my channel SAP Beginners. Today, let's discuss about types of SAP projects. Based on the nature and objectives, projects are classified into six types. They are greenfield implementation project. We usually call as implementation projects in the IT world. Support project, rollout project, conversion project, upgradation project and development project. Let's discuss about each type of project in detail in coming slides. So the first one, greenfield implementation project. So this greenfield implementation project can also be called as end-to-end implementation. This means it includes or involves the process of implementing SAP software in an organization where there is no SAP system exists. So this means here in this project, SAP consultants build SAP system from scratch, and it also requires uh, detailed and careful planning, coordination, and execution to ensure successful implementation. Here in these projects, customer, that means clients, want to migrate the data from legacy system to SAP software system. So in greenfield implementation project, there are different phases which we called as discover, prepare, explore, activate, deploy, and run. So in the discover phase, SAP consultants conduct workshops with the client and take all the requirements, and all which type of enhancements, reports, and configuration they require. So all that will be covered in the discover phase. In the prepare phase, it will be about the complete planning. What are the activities and which activities are to be done in which phase and which period. Everything will be discussed and prepared, planned in the prepare phase. Next is the explore phase where SAP consultants, do some configuration like basic configuration and basic settings in the SAP system and start with the unit testing. Activate is the phase where we move the settings or the configurations from the sandbox to quality system, and we do different kinds of testing there, and we also do end-to-end testing and user acceptance testing, and also the trainings to the business users. Everything will be done, and then we will be deploying into the production system, and then it goes for the actual run. So these are the different types of phases in greenfield implementation project. So the duration of this implementation project can vary between 6 to 24 months. That means around 2 years. It can be built for a new legacy system, and organizations may run if the organization or the client is already having old ERP software system. So what we'll do is the organization will be running both old and new system in parallel for some time to validate the accuracy of data in the new system which is implemented by the SAP consultants, to make sure of a smooth transition, whether everything is working fine according to the old, as per the old system. There should be no inconsistencies between the two systems. Since business users will be new to this SAP system, there will be many training programs are conducted, training documents are created by the SAP consultants, and trainings are given to them. Change management initiatives are also essential to help them so that they can adopt to this new process and tools. Next one is the support project. So support project can also be called as AMS projects in the IT world. That means application maintenance and support. So here in the support project, some so after successful implementation of SAP, next is to provide some support to the client. If there is some issue or something they do not know out of their knowledge, then they need some support so that they can perform their business activities. In such cases, there will be this support projects, and some of the important roles and responsibilities in support project are, to resolve issues. So, when business users find some difficulty in their day-to-day transactions, they will, raise a issue, or we call it as tickets. So they'll raise a ticket, and SAP consultants need to resolve the issues and also provide the assistance to the users. So during the month and year end activities, mostly this can be the finance. Like in most cases, it will be the finance, but there can be other module activities also. Next, there can be three, levels of support. We can say L1 is the support for the business users, or we can say end users. L1 will be the first point of contact, and this L1 team also has good knowledge on SAP software and business processes that are implemented into the SAP system. uh, for small issues and quick resolutions, right? They can help out to the end users. The second is the L2 team. When L1 team could not able to resolve the issue, then L1 team escalates to the L2 team, so that L2 team handles the issue, and understand the issue where the error or some discrepancy occurred, and then they will provide the correct solution to the end user so that they can perform their activities. Comparing to L1, L2 team will be having more knowledge, and they can handle more complex problems coming into the SAP system. Next is the L3 system, L3 team, where compared to the L2, L3 is more knowledgeable on the SAP system, and even L2 team could not able to resolve the issue. Then L2 team will raise it to the L3 team. Then L3 team will look into the issue and try to provide the solution. In most of the cases, that will be regarding to the technical issues. So in that scenario, L3 team only are authorized to make the changes to the existing SAP system from the technical, or you can say back-end point of view. So every team will be aligning with the L1 and L2 team in order to provide the solution and then address these issues, and then only it will be implemented into the SAP system so that the issue is resolved. Next, if we go, it is rollout project. So rollout is nothing but we can say expansion projects. That means extending the existing SAP project to the additional location or additional business units for the same organization. For example, if we see in MNC companies, it will be the same organization, but if they wanted to expand it to the different country or different state, then we call it as the expansion project. We copy the same SAP system, but design that SAP system into their legacy uh, system according to the country specific, or if it is a state specific. Rollout projects typically follow the project life cycle similar to the implementation project, including the phases of planning, analysis, design, testing, training, and deployment. It will be the phases will be the same as a greenfield implementation. Depending on the rollout strategy, data from the existing systems in the new location, maybe they require a migration from the existing system to the SAP system. So if they're going to implement SAP into the new location, then from the existing system, whatever the data that is applicable, that will be migrated to the SAP system for the new locations. So here, integrating with the existing system, that means within the organization, at the two new locations, we need to implement this SAP, which is very crucial aspect of the rollout project. And this roll-off type of projects are very common in large organizations, which are global and multi-location presence. That means like MNC companies, you can say, which are located into different countries, or which are located in various states of a single country. Also, we can say it as a large organization. While maintaining the standardization, rollout projects may also involve some level of localization to accommodate a specific regional or business unit requirements. So this means there can be different requirements compared to location or region to region. So in that case, according to the requirement and the specifications, a system needs to be built, and it should be standardized as per the local requirements. Next will be the conversion project. So in conversion project in SAP refers to the process of migrating from older version to the newer version of SAP software. For example, if we can take moving from SAP ECC to SAP S4HANA, where ECC system will be run on GUI framework and S4HANA will be running on HANA database suite. So this means ECC means ERP central component, and S4HANA is the next generation of ECC ERP. Here, upgradation of SAP always brings new functionalities, which include improved features, better performance, and support for evolving business processes. Next, rigorous testing is required to validate that the upgraded SAP system and the functionalities introduced into the SAP system do not affect the daily or usual business activities. So for that, to validate this new functionalities and new upgraded system do not affect the usual activities, there should be a rigorous testing with the positive scenarios and also the negative scenarios. Users and IT staff may need training on the new features and functionalities introduced in the upgraded SAP system, because until and unless SAP releases this new database, users will not know how it works and what are the new features that are involved. So even the IT staff require some training to get familiar with the new features and functionalities that are available in the upgraded system. After the upgrade, for some time ongoing support is required, and also monitoring is necessary to address any issues that may arise and to ensure smooth operation of the SAP system. Next one is, if we go, it is the upgradation project. Upgradation project is similar to the conversion, but it is related to a new version, which can be like it is the same database. Like for example, there is a new version release of S4HANA, and upgradation as per the upgradation project, it is like SAP system will be upgraded to 1909 version from 1809. That means from 1809 it is upgrading to 1909 S4HANA version. Uh, this may be a little bit confusing between the conversion project and upgradation project. Here, if you observe, the database between the two versions is the same, which is S4 HANA. But in the conversion project, if we observe, the conversion is between two different database servers. One is ECC and other is S4 HANA. So that is like totally generation difference, and this is just a version difference. This upgradation project, no, for example, we can say usually in our daily life we see some software updates in our mobile phone, and which improves or upgrade into the new version. Um, this can be example of upgradation project. That means in SAP system also it is the same. The database is the same where it is upgrading to the new version. Some software update we can say every year or in some regular intervals. SAP releases the new versions of its software, so that some new features and functionalities are improved, and it also provides better performance, and there will be a improvement in the security side also. Plan and execute data migration strategies, ensuring that the data integrity is maintained during the upgrade. So for this upgradation project, a detailed planning is required, and here the data migration strategies are used, so that there should be a data integrity maintained between or during the upgrade time. And after this upgrade, no, there should be no effect for the old data, or the we can say old transactions in the SAP system. And after upgrading also, the usual transaction should be carried out as if there should be no effect. Maybe some improvement can be observed, but it should not to go into error, or effect should be there. Next is review and adopt custom code, some reports and enhancements to ensure compatibility with the new SAP version. So after upgradation, reports, there can be a new theme in the reports, or new columns or new fields added into the reports. And some enhancements will also be there as a part of implementation, which are custom code related. So those also should not be affected after the upgradation of SAP version. So this should be reviewed in the earlier stage. So what SAP system do is, first it releases, or it plans its release of new version into the quality systems, so that all the users or all the SAP consultants need to check or validate their transactions or the business processes, and what are the all the write-ups they have built in the quality system. So they will do this testing. We call it, usually we call it as regression testing. In the regression testing, we validate whether the new version of SAP is affecting any transactions or not. Though SAP done rigorous testing, and then only they release, but still SAP consultants validate for the better. They know how business processes are, and what are the build they have done into the implementation of SAP system. So they will do some regression testing and check whether it is impacting or not. If there is some impact, then the SAP consultants will report it to the client, and client will raise the issue to the SAP. Mostly there will be no issues, but if there is issues, yeah, client can report it to the SAP. And then after that, SAP plans after it plans to the quality system. After some time, then it plans to all the development and production systems. So in upgradation project, a comprehensive testing is required, as discussed. Unit testing, integration testing, and user acceptance testing. All this testing will be done, and for the system administrators and the developers and also the end users, they need to get trained on the new features and changes that are introduced in the upgraded SAP version. So next will be our development project. This is the last type of project. So in the development project in SAP refers to project where custom software development or modification to the existing SAP functionality is required. That means when business or client is very specific of their business requirements and which is cannot be provided by the standard SAP system, then SAP consultants need to provide a custom solution which requires some custom software development into the existing SAP system. This type of requirement will result into development projects. In this type of project, we cover a range of activities, including creating custom reports and enhancing existing SAP modules. We do not change the standard, but we copy the standard and do some modifications as per the client requirement and its development. And also integration of SAP with other systems for building custom applications. So for some activities they are using different system, and for other activities it is using SAP system. In that scenario, it requires integration between the two systems. So that is also custom development, and this also can be considered as a developing Next is the primary programming language that is used in SAP for custom development is ABAP. In most cases, ABAP is a programming language that is used for custom development, and ABAP developers write a code to extend or modify the SAP applications. So in such scenario, SAP provides user exits and also some business add-ins. We usually call it as body, as a mechanism for customizing the standard SAP application. If there is a required some modification to the standard SAP, if it is complete custom, then we require a custom program to be built by the ABAP developers. And unit testing, integration testing, and user acceptance testing is required and to be done by the SAP developers, and user acceptance testing will be done by the business users to ensure that the developed solutions will meet the business requirements. Thank you for watching my video. If you do have any questions, please comment in the comment section. I'll be replying back. If you want the videos into the Telugu version, please post in the comment section. I'll be doing in Telugu version also. Thank you. For more updates, please subscribe to my channel SAP Beginners. Thank you.